This is going to be amazing because I'm early. That's right, gentlemen. I am early today. Oh, boy. Turn this off. And oh, no adventures. Buddy, you are always number one, man. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that, buddy. You're always number one. You're always here. I really appreciate that. So, tonight's Mirror, buddy, you're always here, buddy. I appreciate that. Look, Clayton's here. And yes, I'm a little bit early. I can't believe it. Mike Thompson, Marcus, what's up, buddy? Enlighten. Can y'all believe I'm actually a little early? We had a comp here Sunday, and I was late to it. Pat House, Addicted. What's up, man? All right, this is wonderful. Rob Condon, you got your tickets? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. So it's a double pull tonight for a set of 475 Pro codes. And then, obviously, the axles. I know, Nitro, can you believe it? The axles, man, everybody wants the axles, and they're super easy to do this with. You know, it's like, there they are, you know. Don't have to custom print anything or do anything crazy. It's like right there. Helium axles, yes. I'm finally set up to do the 4-wheel steer with the full Vidavon Helium axles. 4-wheel steer Vidavon axles. I'm probably going to have to borrow the 1400 off of this, at least for video purposes. I've got some servos inside. Going to put them in there. These do have the cutting brakes, or I guess it'd be cutting brakes for both sides. So I'll have it in the front and the back on this. Noel, what's up? Thank you, Addicted. Scott, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Discovery. So, yeah. So I do want to talk about the comp that we had this past weekend. It was a particular kind of a comp. There were 8 of us. We split into 4 groups, and we each had 2 person per group, random draw. We went and set courses. Okay. Yeah. You guys are wasted now. Marcus is in it. But yeah, we set the courses. Everybody set their own courses. We went out, looked at them, verified gate width, stuff like that. So we did the comp. And I was running Carbon X here. I'm still on the printed chassis, by the way. Still got the prototype skid without the nice stuff at the front and back of it. But did some running, and I ended up with a rollover. I thought, man, if you get a rollover out here, that's 10 points. You're toast. I didn't realize everybody else is getting rollovers. So I ended up with a score of 3 because of the 10-point rollover. I should have been in the negatives. It still kind of bothers me I didn't get into the negatives. But regardless, I got a 3. Now the lowest score wins, right? Next up, I want to say he was like a score of like 74. Yeah. Now, if it's any consolation, he was also driving a Carbon X. He just doesn't have his set up as well as mine. So, and when I do the official release, I will go through the entire setup. And I'll tell you right now, it's got 92 millimeter deluxe front shocks with 50 weight oil in it. 80 millimeter rear shocks with 50 weight oil in it. And the rest is just put the links where they're supposed to go. That's it. We'll make it 6 Capra rig. Glenn, I would love to see that, buddy. Eli, they're supposed to release next Tuesday, but I do not have the rails in. I do not have the links in, so I may have to back it up a little bit. We've got all kinds of point kit or bolt kits, all that stuff, man. So we're working on getting everything done enough to have at least 100 trucks ready to go on release day. If that happens, that will be like a new record that will probably never be broke for me anyway. But it will be phenomenal. But we're trying to have, and I say we, I'm talking about me and the wife. She's in there packing bolts and sorting stuff like that as well. So she's helping me on this. So we are trying to make this happen. I'm also working on the reef's bed for this one to put the reef's body on it. So I've got that going. I'm done with the truck. I'm just working on the accessories to complete the package. You got to have options and stuff, right? Because not everybody's going to build it like this. Let me see here. Let me get back to you guys here. Much, brother. Much needed Pat. Already congratulating him. Chassis. Yes, Eli. Should make an SCX6 Capra. Yeah, you're right about the Pro. The skid plate doesn't need to be so big. I looked at the Pro, Pat, because it was mentioned I should make a new skid for the Pro. There's nothing I can do with that chassis. That chassis is going to ruin anything I could come up with. Sure, I can make a new skid and, you know, get the motor a little forward, put an OD3 in there and save some chassis weight, but there's nothing I can do because of that chassis design to get more clearance. There's really, I don't know that it'll be worth it to do it, you know. RC, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Driving one-handed, but I wasn't recording for some reason. Yeah. Trail crawlers, dude, I think so too, man. Ot6 Wizard. I haven't seen the Ot6 Wizard. Yeah, what do you think about the Ot6 Wizard truck? I have not seen it, but if it's got his axles on it, I'm not a fan of his axles at all. What's the max amount of points before you point out? We don't have a point out structure here. It's just penalties. And if you time out or if you can't continue your break, then you pick up gate penalties for both sides for every gate you don't clear. That's the penalty. Plus you don't get any time, which the points, you want as low points or low penalties as possible with the maximum time left over. So that's how we run ours. I actually listed on the website, if you guys look at it, I have a list of our rules and stuff on there. Clayton, dude, that would be amazing. Could I actually physically ship 100 orders out in one day? Probably not. Because it would be, some are going to order the conversion kit to convert your Executioner into the Carbon X. Some are going to order a Carbon X kit. Some are going to piece the Carbon X together. They may want something different on here, you know, because there's 6 different skids for this thing. You have a top axle servo skid to put a fusion in it. Then you have behind the axle servo skid. This is where you're going to run your outrunners and stuff like that, okay? Your short motors. I have that version in the OD3. I have that version in the Deluxe. They're both are made by Deluxe Portal. And I also have that version in the Reefs transmission. So there's 6 different skid options for your building pleasure, okay? The links and all, that's a big deal. They're on their way. I got these links done a little bit differently, but they're on their way. And I'm not posting any prices yet because I'm not sure. I've already paid for all this stuff. I'm not sure how hard I'm going to get hit on tariffs and duties and stuff like that. So there was a minimus law in effect that has expired. And the minimus law was like, it was like if it was just a part, it wasn't a big deal. So a lot of these companies my size that were using tariffs as an excuse to jack their prices were probably just ripping you off, because I didn't have much more than maybe 50 bucks, 80 bucks on an order. So they were probably just gouging you, in all honesty. With this that just happened, it may not be gouging anymore. I may not have a choice but to split the costs. I mean, that's just kind of unfortunate the way it goes. Mike Carter, remember tickets are still on sale right now. Let me see how many we've got here. We do a refresh. Double pull for the Mias axles and the Pro Code inserts. All right, we are doing good on there. Let me get back to you guys because I got a little bit. Chassis math for the shocks is all there. Math for the shocks. Right. Mike Carter. Great scale platform with the clockable axles. Absolutely, yes sir. I like the clockable axles, but what I don't like about them is, to my knowledge, from what I saw, the portals are a 1-to-1 ratio. That sucks. I mean, sorry, but that just kind of stinks. One of the biggest advantages of a portal axle is to get 7-to-1, 8-to-1 ratio to reduce the torque on the drive shaft to help reduce torque twist. Simple as that. Simple gearing and leverages. Mia's coming out with straight axle for the 10.3. I'm not sure about the 10.3, but they did just release a new set of nylon straight axles front with the double U-joint. Now, hopefully the double U-joint holds up, because at this point, there's no gear reduction in the hub. So it's straight to the tire. It's going to be interesting to see how they got that together. Supposedly there's a set on the way for me. Vidavon CVD from your video looks impressive. How does the durability of the CVDs and lockable discs compare with regular? I would say Daniel, the regular stuff is just probably a bit more solid in the diff area, because there's no mechanical moving parts. Being able to unlock and lock, though, is pretty darn nice. And the steering angle from the double joints is just amazing. It really is. Super smooth, everything, no chatter. And speaking of chatter, I mean, I'm missing a bunch of you guys' comments. I'm sorry, I will get to you. Speaking of the chatter, like this right here, there's a reason this is on the table. The reason this right here is a single joint, right? So when you're trying to turn, you're going to get that chatter. Wah, 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 wah. Now, that chatter can help you vibrate the truck and move it. Absolutely, it can. It can also cause broken parts and pieces, because you got a major phase issue going, especially when you turn sharp. With these axles, you just don't have that. They are super smooth all the way there and beyond. So you don't have any chatter. So the only way to make this truck vibrate or move when you're hitting throttle is to shake your steering wheel back and forth. That's the only way. They do not have any wheel chatter or anything like that. The phasing, the misalignment of phasing is all done in that joint, and you don't see any of it at the wheel and tire. The reason why I've got this here is I kind of want to try to put these axles into a Carbon X. But I'll leave that be. Pat House, you have the right label maker and the right shipper. You could ship 100 units in like 6 hours. Pat, when I released the first one, at the $200 in shipping fees, it charges my credit card, right? Dude, I was making so many labels so fast, it cut me off for about 10 minutes until it got caught up to go. So, and that was on, obviously, Shopify. Yeah, no kidding. Right now for Canada, no tariffs. If you have the right label printer, can you show the Carbon X? What's different from the Executioner? I haven't seen one yet. Robert, all you got to do is watch some videos, but I will show you real quick. Favorite straight axles? I do like the SCX 10 Pros. I really do. What's up? Overstreet just picked up a couple tickets. Thank you, Overstreet. Jersey Style, what's up? Shipping and receiving is a fun, chill job. Hopefully I don't lose any service. If I lose service, you guys just come right back. I'll be right back at 8 or whatever if I lose signal out here for some reason. Shipping and receiving. Shipping is kind of a pain. Especially when you get 15 and 20 different items on one order. Whew, I go through it probably 3 or 4 times, and sometimes I still miss something. Is that the rig you got from Matt at Deluxe? Yes, this is still it. And dude, I gotta tell you, it's been really solid. Most people don't put Hobbywing Fusions in here. That is not a normal thing for this, but I'm like, meh, let's give it a shot. They work good, but they do add a bit too much weight on the axles, because you want weight here, nowhere else. And so they do add a bit too much weight. But engineer over MOA, drag axle. Bots, dude, man. Bots, Rods, he is kicking MOA's butt with Executioner. Yeah. Yes, he is. Sure, because I bet this thing was almost 1400 as the slider. And then I had to put everything in it. $1,365, I do believe. Man, I was sitting across when I looked at it. I'm like, go over and ask him. I'm like, heck no, I'm not spending that. But as the day progressed, you know how you start justifying things in your head? You know, I could probably do this. I could do that. I can do that. Well, here it is. um, Unity is Unity a contender for greatest of all time? Go. The Unity. I've got the Unity in here. I did experience an issue with the Unity. The only issue I've had with it is if you're flipped over on your lid and you're trying to, forward, backwards, it'll get, and I don't know the proper term for this, but it's like it'll get hung up between phases. You have to let up and then get back on it. So instant forward to reverse, back and forth, it will kind of hang up a little bit, but it doesn't actually damage anything, at least not mine yet. But as far as the overall drive goes, guys, it feels almost like a Fusion with more pep. And it's half the weight, half the size. You're going to be seeing a lot more in my builds. Trust me. Carbon X or just build a whole new... Clayton, well, that's a great question. First of all, I want to remind everybody to get tickets. In the pinned post, there's a direct link to them. And then we're going to get into what you just asked about the Executioner versus the Carbon X. So I'm going to get into that. That's a really good question. I will go get a Executioner real quick. Yeah, I got one over there I can show you. What of us giving him crap about it? So the thing about the... Hang on a second. Let me show you something. Let me go over here, grab a truck. This is the Executioner with the hotline dig transmission. All right, so this is that one. Now, what we were talking about after this comp, since the top two trucks were both Carbon X's, we just stomped the field with the trucks, in all honesty. So for us, we are going to run 90 millimeter minimum length front lower links in our class 2. So these are totally legal in class 2 because of the length of this link right here, okay? You can see the skid, everything. That has the full skid, all that. This one, you can see how the links are a lot shorter. This gives a better breakover and all that stuff, all right? So this is going to be a class 3 truck per our rules. So I'm going to run this one right here into class 2. This has got the Mias front with the knockoff F10 rear. I don't have a drag skid on it, but I need to put one on it if I'm going to run it. Ooh, it's got some nasty bolts hanging out of it too. But anyway, I might just put a real F10 rear axle in the back of it. That's the rule that we're going to make, okay? Because, I mean, trucks like this, trucks like CL Designs, Poised, they are just absolutely demolishing every other truck out there. So we got to get those trucks out into another class to where they're more fitting, so that the guys that, can't put one of these together or can't afford one or something, and they've got their VRD, where they have a chance. So that's the goal. But to convert an Executioner to a Carbon X, honestly, I'd build a whole new vehicle. Just my own preference. Not because I've abundance of, trucks here, but I would build a different vehicle because it's a different class, different balance points, just different driving altogether. Four-wheel steer, whoop the drag axle. And you beat the lawless cheater. When I see trucks beating the Lawless and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, buddy. Twin Unities. I don't know if I got to get back a hold of FuriTech. When they release, I've got 4 or 5 on order. I want to have a couple for me, and then a couple that I can put on the website and stuff like that. Cram the 3674 into the SCX Pro, fits with room 3680, making tow vehicle out of it. See, I like the Pro. It's more of a leisure vehicle. It was the top dog until the VRD came out, and then it just went on the back burner. And now that we've got things like this, it's like, you know, am I going to try the Unity 10s in the MOA? I don't know. I don't know. Rear links for the Carbon X. I have 2 of them US front axles to build 1 4-wheel steer. Now the 4-wheel steer, miss, they have a different. Let me see if these are opened. I got to open these anyway because I got to put a drag skid in there and stuff like that. I can show you real quick. There's a difference on the links when it comes to the front and rear with 4-wheel steer and stuff like that. Because I got to put your drag skid in here to the winner and all that. Tickets on Exocaged RC. No. The VRD is an awesome truck, Nitro Pimp. Trust me, phenomenal truck. I've got 2 of them. One of them is a VRD, and the other one is on the Punk's custom chassis, the axles. Awesome man winning with the VRD carbon. He probably has. Dude, the VRD's a good truck. I'm never going to say it's not a good truck. The thing with a scale is you normally handicap performance and keep what you can. Yeah, and I'm really kind of going towards the WRCCA. Forehead elements. Now, Arizona, dude, I have an Element Ecto that is insane, okay? So there's nothing wrong with an Ecto. But on these axles, when it comes, these are the ones that are going home to somebody or being shipped out to somebody. You see where the top links on the rear axle? So you've got those. The top links on the front axle are way out here. So this may change your link positioning. You may be able to change it in the chassis to make up for it. But also, when you go to 4-wheel steering, okay, you're also going to lose a lot of triangulation. So that back end is going to want to side shift a lot. What guys are doing with that to make up for that is they're putting the top links on the outside of the chassis. That gives more triangulation in to make this work. That's how the locals are making that work. Okay, so there are quite a few local 4-wheel steer executioners. So that there are. So there are those. I have a set of 4-wheel steer axles. I'm just not sure that I want to do that. Because you add the weight of the servo, you add all that complexity to that back end. I mean, there's a benefit to it, but it's like, I get around everything pretty darn fine with that truck right there. Especially when you have steering like that. Good evening. Tiny Trucking, what's up? Dude, Pat House. I did a video. We got 3 Gen 7s when they first came out. We opened up out of the box and took them right to the creek. Man, we beat the living snot out of them trucks, and they all took it. The Gen 7 is actually pretty good. And for its day, it actually had a really good chassis. It really did. A good buildable chassis. It really did. Sendero. Now, we tried a set of these on the Element Ecto, and honestly, it didn't work out too well. Paul King got them on there, but the driving was just wrong. It just didn't work at all. So, I mean, it worked, but it wasn't something you want to keep in there, to be honest with you. No, dude, I just got in vintage low C crawler. Is it one of the little 18 trucks? I had one of those years ago and just got rid of it because nobody was doing small scale at that point. It's the best price and product, dude. We had an entire class for Gen 7s because it was $200. You get it, you go compete with it, box stock. Then people started breaking things. Well, okay, if it's a genuine red cap part, you can put on it. And then as it went on a couple more years, the class just faded out because everybody moved on. But it was awesome. We had that class for about two or 3 years. I remember when Axial used to have the racer type stuff. Is it the 1/18th like the Toyota in the box? Those are pretty cool, dude. Yeah, Paul King, it did not work, man. I really had my hopes up because if it worked on yours, I was going to put a set on mine. It just did not work. So how's everybody doing? Are y'all picking up tickets so we can get these things taken care of? We got about half an hour. And we'll see if we can get these things done. All right. Let's make a marksman kit so we can drag ourselves in trailers. A marksman? You're talking about like the Red Cat marksman? I got the Red Cat, or I had the Red Cat, whatever it was, the brushless version. And the marksman is just a brushed version of that. It wasn't anything really to be, crazy about. Now, you're not talking about a low-C Nightcrawler, are you? Those had like a worm gear in them. And some of them, the issue was heat, melting stuff back there. What it was is in production, at some point, they changed the tooth profile. And that tooth profile didn't mesh correctly. And that was the heat issue. They actually fixed that on some of the later run trucks. But apparently that was the heat issue with the low-C Nightcrawler. 30-inch wide Exocaged. So you're talking about a Raminator. I mean, I ran the Ram Bouncer. Channel members, you'll be getting that video tonight. Public will be getting it tomorrow. I have no idea how many tickets anybody got. I just see an overall number. I have no idea who bought tickets. And right now, I'm looking at, let me refresh this. See how many tickets are going. I can't see anybody's ticket number. Well, I can, but I got to dig into it, but I'm obviously not digging into anything. I'm looking at 76 attendees for this virtual meeting that we are in right now. So like a progress report on the budget, please, Mr. Marcus, could you report that? And our advertising fees, Paul King, could you elaborate, please? Exo Bouncer, right? Dude, Clayton, I actually broke my bouncer. Well, I didn't really break it, but the rear steer arms came loose. I had a couple off-camber landings. That wasn't good. I bent the front sway bar on it. So it took some abuse today. You guys will see it. All right, AZ. I think the Ram Bounce, or the Exo Bouncer, as Nitro Pimp says, I think it will go off the big ramp, but it's going to go off when I get more sand in. If you guys ever notice, when I land, I try to land in soft terrain for a reason. I don't want to go break everything. But as long as I get a little bit more of a landing sand up there, I do think it's time. I think it will clear the top. I hope. I don't know, but we'll have to see. I finally bugged you about breaking stuff now. Yeah, I did break some stuff, but Clayton sent me a picture of an adamantium ball. It was 2 inches in diameter, right? Full adamantium. He broke it into 5 pieces with a rubber mallet. That's the level that Clayton can break stuff. Yeah, the marksman is just a brushed, what do they call that thing? The red cat, something or the brushless one. See, if I put a trampoline out there, that would be cool, but I'd probably land on the outside ring of it. I'd probably miss it. Well, you had the axe, not the Ridge Runner. No, not the trail truck. It looks just like the marksman. Just like the marksman, except it comes brushless. Same 2.2 Wendigo. That's it. I knew Marcus would come in for that one. The Wendigo. I used to call it the Wendingo. Only broke 2 things that were 70 and 75, right? Not the Cragsman. At least as good as the Everest. Horrible. I've got the 4-wheel steer Ridge Runner, I think it is. They call it. Nitro Circus foam pits. Dude, if I had some foam pits, I would do a video where I would send everything I've got into that. Everything. From the Red Cats to the knockoffs to the Losi short course truck up there. You know, like the one, the Baja Ray. I'd send that one. I'd send my carbon body UDR on that. I'd send everything on that. Maybe a pine cone pit. I don't have enough pine cones to do that. Pot successfully stirred. Written with an Everest Saturday. I ran him. Dude, I will tell you, the Everest, it looks like a big jacked up truck, like something you could jump and bash around with, but and it's like, I kind of want one, but I built the race camp. So if I want to do that, I can. And the race camp is really going to outperform it for what I want to do. Chainsaw, what's up? I would have took that Everest. Clayton, you would be really, really disappointed in that Everest, buddy. I mean, it's just really disappointing at the amount of torque twist they've got. It's there. It's a truck. And it's a low-cost truck. Race TRX 4 Sport. See, I would take a TRX 4 Sport with the second speed. Them things can move now. So how are we doing here on tickets? Let's do another refresh here. We got 30 minutes to go. We have, I see, 85 attendees. 85 attendees. I was thinking about doing like setting up like a tiered giveaway. Like say at 25 we pull once, at 50 we pull, 75 we pull, 100 we pull. But it would obviously not be, you know, this kind of expensive stuff because the money just isn't there to cover that, you know, and you got to at least cover it. Limited spots, a maximum of 200 tickets. We have never had 200 tickets sold. Just so you know, the most I think I ever had was 125 or something like that. Was the most that's ever sold on any of the waffles prizes things. So we've never sold that. If I start hitting the 200 mark, at that point, prizes go up. I'll start doing bigger and better. I mean, you can't sell, you know, $1,000 worth of ticket and give away a $25 set of inserts. That is just wrong in every way. If you're going to sell $1,000 worth of tickets after all the BS, like where I'm doing this, after all the fees, at most, I'm talking like getting lucky, I guess, maybe will be 800 because of the fees on top of fees on top of fees, okay? And then out of the 800, you've got to have something to make it worthwhile. So that would be your budget to put something out there, basically. And if we start pulling those kind of numbers, guys, I'm going to the hobby shop and I want to throw down, and it's going to get bigger and better. I mean, it just is. Marcus will buy more tickets. You talking about yourself in third person? One of those spinning wheels behind you. The problem with one of the spinning wheels behind you is that I have no idea if there's going to be 80 entries or 136 entries. With the wheel that I put on here, I can put 1 through 136 if that's the case. And then just spin it and let it go. So if I do like a spinner wheel back here, and if I do like a spinner wheel to like 1 to 200, I guess if we do 1 to 200 and 150 enter, and it pulls 151, we would spin again. I mean, would that be feasible? Would that be something doable for you guys? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out a way to do this where it's visible, and the best I can do is set that thing off and just show you guys, you know, poof. That's my old cat, Sam. I got a new orange cat, but it's not Sam. Hang a monitor, cast my screen. I'm not doing it on the screen though. I'm doing it on the phone. The new hype video option, I have no idea what that is. Oh, hang a monitor and cast this screen. I gotcha. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I could actually put it right there. But it would be the exact same thing, though, that we're looking at here. I mean, it will be the exact same thing. My cats, I don't know what happened. All my cats are indoor-outdoor cats. And they go somewhere. I don't know where they go. This last one had a tick, and the tick gave it what they call bobcat fever. And it literally passed within a week of this tick bite. Bobcat fever is what they called it at the vet, because I took him to the vet and everything. He literally just went. I mean, there was no saving him. That bobcat fever just took him out. That little yellow dot, that yellow dot is something Arlarlo sent me. And I'll show you one. Let me dig over here. They sent me some stickers, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do with them. But they sent me these sticker sheets. Arlarlo sticker sheets. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all these things. So, I don't know what to do with them. Maybe I'll start putting them in the prizes. Just give everybody an Arlarlo sticker with the prizes. Because I don't know what to do with the things, man. Listen, I probably bought a ticket. How do I know what my number? Pluckenstein, check your emails. It will come to you on email. Oh, and the guy that was complaining about not getting the email, he legit did not get that email. I did some digging and all that. He made this purchase right at 7:59 in like 50-something seconds. So I'm assuming in the time that he bought that ticket and the time that it was going to send the email, I stopped the sales. I don't have any other explanation, but he truly did not get that email ticket. The number of tickets we sold that night were 78. All 78 were included in that because I could see the total number of entries. It's just he did not get the email. So I can see when I do the digging and all that into it after the fact, I can see that. But there's nothing that I'm going to look at anything here. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. I can't do anything here anyway. I do see we're at 107 right now, so that's great. It's a GRZ chip for an event they held. Not this. This is Arlarlo here. That's not the GRZ chip. I've got that though. What I thought about doing was renting this space per month. Whoever gets it is going to be at least 30 plus videos. Like break it up into squares, you know, and like this square is $100 for a month. That square is $100 for a month. You know, something like that. You'd be at least 30 plus videos. Whether the videos, you know, get a lot of views or not, my videos kind of suck. So at least you'd be in the videos. Let's see what it is. Lost my best hunting dog to Bobcat Fever. Really Bladder 95. It affects dogs too? Dude, it's really a horrible thing, man. It really sucks. Oh, but URZ is giving a chip like that for the first 100 tickets. Dude, I got one last year too. Yeah, I've got one. Develop a comp truck. Yeah, but I mean, let's just say Arlo did come out with a legit competition crawler truck. Would you really mess up? I mean, the only crawler they've got is the big TK07 and the JK07. If they were to come out with an actual crawler, a comp truck, that would be a crazy thing for them. I've been asking them to come out with a legit 1/8 scale. I'd like to see a legit 1/8 scale buggy come out from them. I think they've got the technology. They've got the know-how. They've got the experience now to make it. And the Omni Terminator handles great. Just build off of that. But one thing they've got to do here is, and I've went over this with them multiple times, and said, listen, if you're going to make a 1/8 scale, make sure it doesn't break, at least the driveline, on 6S. Go outside and just drive the heck out of it. Or send one to Clayton and let him test it for you. If like, that's the biggest thing. It's like, and they were talking about doing a 5th scale. I'm like, look, if you're going to do a 5th scale, make sure it can handle the biggest, baddest motor on 12S. Just do that, because if not, once it gets out to the public, 8S, they're going to destroy this thing on 8S. You've got to make sure your stuff is over-engineered, because, man, you send one of these trucks out and somebody like Clayton gets it, and all of a sudden it falls apart. It's like, Clayton will tell you, dude, I was looking at it, turned it on, and the axle broke in half. Okay, yeah. Sorry, Clayton, I'm messing with you because Clayton can break anything. Cross keys, it wasn't Lyme disease, buddy. I took him to the vet, and it wasn't that. Marcus has the most orders of anybody on the website. Can I say your number of orders? Because I think I remember it correctly with your order today. For us, always a good thing. Omni needs a stronger shot tower. Yeah, gotta stay relevant. I'll cause Clayton. How about not landing with the shiny side down? Being the toughest truck on the block still matters. Yes, it does, Pat. And that's why the TRX4 still sells. Because it still is the toughest truck on the block. That's just all there is to it. Double Day, what's up? I broke on and dropped it from orbit. What the heck, fellas? Absolutely. I want to say Marcus is up to 48 orders on the website. I believe he has the most number of orders. 48. He's almost at the 50 level. Let's see, AZ did. Aaron, what's up? The Omni gave Clayton a run for his money. Yes, it did. He finally broke a tower. It's funny we demanded the truck withstand 100,000 RPM and why? No good reason, right? When you get to the point to where the truck becomes so unbreakable that it's like a brick. I mean, there's a balance in there of what you can have as far as just brute strength versus performance, you know? And as materials develop, materials get better, you know, things change. Everything evolves. I gotta go run my Rift. Not now, though. I do land in tires first, just from high height. Yeah, try to find soft landings. 250 mile per hour speed tires, buddy. Pat, there is so much centrifugal force plus torque, driving, pushing. Man, that's gonna be a heck of a task to make that, honestly. Because you look at a tire possibly this tall or a lot shorter, that tire is getting it, buddy. And that tire is what, 100,000 RPM? I don't even think a skateboard wheel can handle that. Yeah, Pat, but it's also got to have some kind of traction, and that rubber's got to stay on there. Well, Clayton, if I hear of anybody coming out something when they say it's unbreakable, I will do my very best to get one to you. I will do my very best. Now, Raz is really pushing the limits of speed running and all that. He's been at the forefront of that for a long time. So I think if anybody can do it, Raz would be the guy. 2 minutes to run on 6S and at 70 mile per hour for trail runs. Yeah. AZ, what I recommend you do is to go out and find the new Exocaged 5th scale drag race off-road truck. That will get you there. It has a 37 horsepower brushless motor and it runs on 6S. Boom. Almost 200,000 RPMs because the rotor is covered in 17 layers of Kevlar. Glass fiber reinforced. At 5 more. You know, you guys do know that, yes, when you do order a ticket, it does count towards your order number. I didn't think about that, but yes, it does count towards your order number. It's like I have a bunch of emails here on this. I go through because they're all this, so I just delete them all. Let's see where we are right now with this double pull for tonight. Put that right here. I've been meaning to put these on this for quite a while. And all right, so we're at 112 right now. We have about 14 minutes. Now I was messing with these axles, and I will tell you this, Arthur has got this little horn and this little attachment really smooth in here, dude. It is working really nice in there, to be honest with you. And this fits the Reef Servo too. Now I don't have enough 99 micros to do all that, but what I do have are some torque servos. And the torque servos are actually pretty darn good. The only thing I'm going to have to do, I got to see if I'd rather not have to steal a servo off of this, but that's got a 14. It needs a 14. So I'll see if I got an 1100 laying around somewhere. If I have an 1100, I'll put that on the front, 14 on the rear. The reason I put the stronger servo on the rear is because when you're climbing, that's where all your weight is. And that's where you got to have the absolute maximum power. So, did I miss? Kenneth Lopez. We've been talking about everything, man. Somebody is based on axles that can't handle weight. He needs to stop and reset. There's no need to stop and reset. He's having fun. He's making stuff that's new and it's interesting and it's getting a crap ton of views. Kenneth, what's up? Yeah, 6S Techno short course I broke yet. You'll end up killing the pinion bearings out of that on 6S. Yeah, the drawing. Joe sold the property to Talbot. Don't be late. Oh, man. Dude, I saw something. It was a new green color, wasn't it? According to Primal's pre-release, a Gulf livered car was supposed to come with both street and rally tires. Nitro Pimp got one of those, I believe. I think Nitro posted on his IG today that he had one. So Pat House, so it's basically a greener tinted teal. Big deal. I mean, to me, it's not a big. It's like, okay, sweet, it's a new color. I see new colors every day. I just don't put names on them. Sometimes the colors change. This is the beginning of something awesome. Might not look like much, but it's the beginning. All right, so we got pretty much 10 minutes to go on tickets. When I was a hippie. I don't do anything, but sometimes I just got poorly glued rally tires. So you didn't get the on-road tires with that? Oh, I still got that Challenger sitting out there, the red one, number 49. I still never put power to it. It is still brand spanking new. On the Exo bouncer, yes, it does have the pistons in it, and it has 650 oil. It kind of seems like I might could go with a 750 oil, to be honest with you. In some cases, it seems like it bottoms out a little bit too early, but weirdly enough, it's almost like sometimes it needs a little less. I guess it depends on how it slaps, you know. Even real monster trucks will get the same slap. Really try 36 packs. That's about 2 packs a set. Ran that Primal once, blew it apart, went straight to 8S. Yeah, I've done 8 and 12S with mine, but I haven't really hammered on the 12S though. Now the rear end of that is basically a HPI 5B rear axle. Or rear end is pretty darn strong, man. The big red one, yeah, Marcus, it's sitting there. It has never had power to it. And it's number 49, which is the lowest number you can get for that car. It was the electric roller. All it needs is the ESC and motor. And receiver, transmitter, stuff like that. Well, I've done one with the green car. Some green Vidavon axle through all the super shafty internals in there. And their money hands down. Dude, nice, Lucio. Oh, the rally car. No, that's a fifth scale something that no, that's not the no, that's some kind of big Losi, I believe. Yeah, Nitro has the Primal Porsche. I saw that, yeah. Raymond, you have your Muse axles. Nice, dude. Let's see, we got 8 minutes to go here. Let's see if we'll set a new record. I don't know. Let's see where we're at here. 118. The most attendees we have so far of any one of these has been 120. Right now we're at 118 for this one, so we're right there. The lowest one I had was 45. Oh, that was the Gens Ace IMARS Charger. So we're at 118 or so here. Traction has a 7th scale Porsche. Traction RC Porsche for chicks in Seinfeld. On the videos of the Porsche, I'm not impressed was out of the box. Isn't the Porsche supposed to be four-wheel drive? 45, and you still win. Well, you're number one in the comments, Mike Carter. Nitro Pimp is on number 2 on you. Primal Attraction did the Force together. Okay. Yeah, I saw it and I'm like, eh. Yeah, we'll be drawing in probably about 10 minutes. I was not impressed by your performance, Marcus St. Pierre. Yeah, me neither. I don't know who Marcus St. Pierre is. But apparently his performance was horrible. How's the inventory coming with any inventory? I got the stickers in. We have about 120 bolt kits put together for it. For some reason, the M3x14s are hard to find. I did find a place I can get 5,000 of the darn things for $100. 5,000. I don't need 5,000 bolts. Each kit comes with 4. Okay? But I could package them and sell them on the website as bolt kits, I guess. I don't know. Oh, George St. Pierre? I remember him. He was a hockey player, wasn't he? He got some good field goals under the fouls. Yeah. These smoked beef ribs are amazing. Yeah. I don't have any smoked beef ribs here. I don't have any smoked beef ribs at all. I haven't had any of those in a while. Last time I went out to eat, I had some mahi mahi tacos at the local Mexican restaurant. That stuff was good. Well, guys, we have now set a new record. 124 attendees. That is pretty darn awesome. That is a new record. That is pretty darn awesome, man. Yes, sir. Just send me some bull. Clayton, when you get these trucks that I'm selling you, I will put some boiled peanuts in there for you. If you want, I'll chew them up and put them in there if you want. Well, we've got literally about 5 minutes on this one, but the better the attendance, the better the participation, the better the prizes we'll be getting. So I almost thought about putting it in on this one, maybe next one. You guys know the HPI, the Toyota, the 118s? Really nice little crawlers. I thought about putting that in. I mean, I've got the brushed one and the brushless one. I'm keeping one of them, probably the brushless one. But the brush one, I mean, it's kind of like a mix of... It's kind of like a mix of the Furatech and the other little brand of little bitty trucks. I can't remember the name of it. HSP, not HSP, something like that. Not Southern calling. The morning, the better the prizes, the better the attendance. And see, not your pimp. That's what I'm doing, but I'm kind of trying to work my way there, you know. So when I work my way there, it'll be there. 2.9 stainless steel. You're looking for them for. I found them there, but dude, they are crazy expensive as compared to the actual bolt shops and all that. I mean, if I buy the 5,000 of them for $100, dude, I'm looking at 2 cents a piece. So I'm kind of looking at the cost of that as well. But a lot of them I'm finding, even on Amazon, are speed packs from China. So it's just kind of weird. I can find, like on Bolt Depot, every bolt in the world, boom, there, done. Granger, bolts everywhere, but not the M314 button head stainless. Hobby Plus is one of them, yeah. I haven't messed with I was about to say Fastenal. 'Cause, 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 'c Could you need someone with a super B to go down there with a load of sand? Oh, you're talking about put sand behind my jump so I can take the bouncer across it? UDI. So we got 2 minutes to go, and I am shutting off sales. And I am shutting off sales in 2 minutes. And we are at 129. This is definitely a good thing here. It just stinks that fees are so high. But what can I do? You know, really, when you're the little guy, you get pooped on. Now, the last time I spent $200 through the place in China where you get tools and all that, I bought, I think it was 100. Maybe it may not have been $200, but it was up there. I bought like 100 of the 2mm drivers. Let me see here. 100 of these in 2mm and 100 of these in 2.5. I've never listed these things because I got so tired of looking for them. I kept them all for myself. So yeah, I did that. I was gonna like list them, you know, because I could list them dirt cheap, you know. But it's like I'm gonna keep these. The bags are half empty now. Well, the thing about using this service is, and it kind of sucks, but they keep track of all the numbers. They keep track of everybody here. They keep track of the emails that are sent out. It's like once it's set up, it's automated. You know, no more intervention from me. I just look at the overall number, set this thing for the overall number, and run it and see who pulls the right number. So I have a couple 10mm sockets, yes, for dark helmet. Has the raffle ever landed on the last few numbers? We have had, I want to say we had some in the 80s previously. In the 90s, I mean, the bigger it is, the more it's out there. And I have hit number 1 a few times. So, I mean, everybody's got the exact same chance. Oh, crap. Hang on. All right, here we go. Here. Tuesday time. Sorry about that. I'm glad you mentioned that because I am... Okay, it's over. I'm glad you mentioned it. I'm saying it's time. I'm like, what's time? Oh, crap, it is. All right. We'll call this over. All right. 24 Graz Marcus. Okay, so let me go through and get the exact numbers. Products. No, I got to go down to here. Let me see what the number range is here. And then, of course, I'll give it a minute in case something comes through or something like that. 132 this time. So I'll let this sit for a minute or two, then I'll refresh and just make sure. All right, the first drawing is going to be for the inserts. I got my axes from 2 weeks ago. 4 sale signed 1,200. Dang! Did it stop you? Sorry, Stephen. Had I not been reminded you'd be in here. Yeah, cross keys did get number 1. So let me go to the settings here. 1 through. Number 1 through. Let me reset this. Refresh this. Let me see here. Make sure it's still at 132. And we are, so far, every time I've done this, it's done at that point. So if it stopped you from purchasing it, then it just cut everybody off right there. So I see 132 attendees. That is what I'm looking at right now. So, let's see here, 132. Done. Restart. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of numbers on here. No, Nitro, dude, I have trucks that I price outrageously just for that reason. I don't want to sell them, but if you really, really want it, it's time to go. Man, look at the wheel. Bunch of teeny tiny numbers on it this time. I can't even... Dude, I can't even see the numbers, but see if you guys can see this. It does say 1 to 132 on there. Hopefully you can zoom in and see that. I can't see it on my screen. Yeah, Pat, I've got one truck I would need 10K to sell. Now it'll be my Raminator because it'll take me forever to rebuild another one. But anyway, 132 is on there, 1 through there. All right, the first is for the inserts. All right, let's see here. Ready? Set. We are now running. I'm going to let it where I can see it on the screen here because I got a lot of lag here. Let's see when this thing finishes up. 105. Marcus Pat House. 105. Who has 105? Kenneth, did you get 105? If 105 isn't in here and speaks up, no way. Are you really, dude? No way. Oh my God. Jeez, dude. All right, so good Lord. All right, so now let's go for the axles. All right, we're going to spin again. Man, I don't know what to do if this is Marcus again. All right, let's see who wins the axles. $78. Dude, Marcus has an incredible Jimmy Bailey. Jimmy, you're 78? It wasn't Marcus? I can't believe it. Dude, I can't believe it. Woo! Dude. Man, all right. Marcus, your streak is over, dude. Jimmy put the whammy on you. Heck yeah. Oh my God. All right. Now, Marcus, I got your address. I about know it by heart. Jimmy, I know you're on the website. Email me. You probably already got my email and everything. This is twice I have wanted and tried to win a set and did not get them. Another set spin. I don't have another set to give right now. Let me see. Well, y'all hang on for a second. I'll find something. It might be something really stupid, but I'm going to find something in here to raffle off. What about an empty Coke can? No. I will find something. Like I say, it might be stupid, but it could be something. Hold on. I will find something. Hang on. You guys just stay here for a little bit. Don't leave just yet. I will find something in here Okay, no, that's not going to work. I got to find something stupid. Give me a second. You guys just hang on there. The drawer of crap. That's just tools. I got a 2mm wrench. I got a toothbrush. I will find something. You guys just hang on. Don't leave yet. I already opened it. I'm gonna raffle off some glue. Oh, wait a minute. I do have something. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. Dude, I got 2 drawers on this side and 2 on the other side. Okay, this is actually something that's going to be cool. The heck, I ordered 1? Dang it. Apparently I ordered single drive shafts for some reason. Okay, fine. 1 big long drive shaft. Okay. I'm not sure why I would order. I typically order these by the pair. Dude, that's a really long shaft. I'll leave that alone. All right. Anyway, are we ready here? We're going to pull for a 3rd time for a really long drive shaft. This is a cut to length drive shaft too. I don't know why I ordered only 1 like that. All right, are you ready? We're going to spin for a 3rd time here. Oh, man. Now, if this goes to Jimmy, it will be perfect with these axles. It won't work much for your inserts. All right, let's see. $124. That's a high number. What's a quality shaft? 124. Who was 124? If nobody speaks up, I'm gonna have to look up and see who got 124 here. But still, I ordered these. I'm not sure why I ordered the singles though. I always order them by the 2s. I wonder if they sent me the singles by accident. And I just happened to open the bag. 124. Okay, now I guess now we got to do some digging and find who got 124. Oh, Marcus, if it was you, buddy, I know you'd have been all over that. Okay, now let me try to do some digging here. And see who got 124. Double draw. And it doesn't allow me to look at numbers. I see ticket summary. No, it just gives me the overall numbers of it here. See, I see the order number, but I don't see the numbers of the tickets until I got to click on it. There are 132 on the order. I'm going to go to... No. Dang, Marcus was actually up towards this thing, too. What about you? Let's see what you had. Nope, was not him. Let me see here. If you guys are commenting, I can't do this. I can't see. Dude, Rob bought. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to look at something here. I just saw this. You guys are not going to believe this. God dang. Okay. I'm about to say that, Marcus. Rob bought, you got this. Marcus had 125. He almost won twice tonight. Dude. Yeah, Rob bought, you got it, buddy. Dude. Marcus almost won twice tonight. Golly. All right, so Jimmy, send me an email. Rob, send me a message. I think I got Jimmy a messenger as well. So let me get your addresses and I will get this stuff ready to go for you guys tomorrow. So congrats on the winners. That was pretty cool, man. So, man, dude, Marcus, how have you not bought a lottery ticket, dude? Have you have you guys ever seen the movie where the dude was like the luckiest man alive? Every time he played something, he won. He bought one lottery ticket, and they like abducted his family and like held that one of that ticket as ransom, like the mafia and all that, for one ticket. What he did was he went and bought another ticket and gave them the other ticket he bought, kept the original one, and still won. Marcus, I know, right? So I'll add these to it. So yeah, you may need a bigger box now though. But yeah, if it wasn't like had I printed what was on the order, not the actual proper ones for those wheels, it would have shipped out today. So yeah, I can just combine all this. Getting ticket next week. Marcus buys some. Kenneth Lopez, man, I tell you what, dude. I tell you. Wow. Okay, so tradition. Let's do rapid fire tech talk. RTT. Yeah, you know me. Let's go. Rapid fire tech talk. I got a lag here, but I'll do my best to get you guys taken care of here. For multi-axle builds, you often need those long cut lengths. They're strong enough. Dude, I've never broken one of these drive shafts, and I use them in all my trucks. All my trucks. Some of them, they are literally cut down to here. Like with a Carbon X or something, it's really cut down like that. So there's a massive amount of waste, but man, I've never lost one. I've only had one that was a little bit tight on the joint, but give it a little work and it worked out. If it's not for axles, I won't buy any tickets next week. Well, I'm thinking about putting one of the little HPIs up. Is what I'm thinking about. I got to find the transmitter. I got that. The battery, I think, is out in the shop. So make sure I have all the stuff to go with it. Wasn't sure I had all that, which is why I didn't put it up in there. S6 Pro, just harvest the 3 gear. So I mean, as far as the Pro goes, I could do a skid, but I can't. The chassis just won't allow me to change anything to get it anywhere near this. The chassis just won't allow it. And even if I did, you'd have rails hanging down. So there's just no way to do that. Droop or no droop. I like mine sprung, but under load at full compression because of the overdrive and all that. I want it to pull and lock while it's driving. That's just my own thing. Awesome, Rick. Yes, sir. All right, so that was a droop or no droop. What else you guys got for me? Make me think for it. Make me work on it a little bit. Oh, look, I forgot I can do hearts. Firmly sprung for scale. Firmly sprung for scale is good for scale driving. It really is, because it mimics a real vehicle. Clayton, that's a very easy one. Reefs all day long. Will a higher amp ESC be more beneficial for low weight crawler? It really depends. Sometimes the high amp, the big ESCs, they have more of a parasitic draw. So sometimes the smaller ESCs are just simply more efficient. You have to look at, if you have 10 volts and the motor needs 10 volts, if the ESC isn't efficient at flowing the 10 volts the motor needs, the motor's going to get 9.8. So you won't get all your performance you can. That's why I like to have an ESC that's good for, like, say, 12. So you know that 10 is going to flow nice and well. At least that's my thoughts on it. It's way more technical than that, but that's just kind of my thoughts. I always like to go a little bit over on the ESC. As far as batteries go, I like to go over on batteries, but when it comes to these crawlers, we're running a really small battery. So you got to be mindful of ESC, the losses in there, wires, connectors, all that stuff. And I typically run a EC3 or a XT30 plug is what I generally run in mine, and I've not had any issues with it. The Fusion Pro, I can get 30 plus minutes out of a single 650 battery. The Apex, I'm lucky to get 10 because of the hold, the way it's there. When you turn the Apex on and everything starts getting warm, those are amps. That is amps lost, but that's the ESC applying power to hold the motor. So it's just one of the things you got to do with it to make it hold. But the Fusion Pro is so efficient. It's just amazing. It's just a really huge motor to fit into stuff like that, you know? Not sure, my friend, keeping that price signed. 3300 Axe or 2300 kV in all for one comp. Depends on what the comp is. If you're talking like a TTC style comp where you're just really getting on it, they're 3300 all day long. But if it's a dry competition, 2300 is what I would choose every day. Spectrum has this Outrunner motors too. Yes, they do. They actually do. By one draw. You missed the axle by one number two. Dang. Man. Kenneth, they released them this week. I've not seen them run yet. So Spectrum has new Outrunners? I don't know about that. I'm about to message my guy up there and talk to him a little bit. Spending money on ESC or on steering servo for comp? Pat House, that's a good question, buddy. The easy answer is both. If you're on a tight budget, shoot, man. If you don't have drive control, no servo out there is going to do you good because the drive control is going to be complete garbage. If you can't steer, no matter how good your drive is, you're not going to be able to go there. Man, I'd probably go better on the servo because I think you can upgrade the ESC for cheaper later on down the road. Talking, everyone should run baby batteries. Your batteries are like 5,000 milliamp 3S's, you know, in your comp crawler. Clayton, I agree. The other guys run as large as an 853S. That's as big as generally you go with an Executioner. Him, 1500s. If weight wasn't an issue, Fusion Pro or Axe, I would always choose the Fusion Pro when it comes to comp crawling. The Axe for more sandy, rugged terrain style driving. The Axe has got separate ESC, so it has better cooling, larger board, larger everything. So the Axe can take more abuse than what the Fusion can. The Fusion is just really good as far as like not having all the junk around it. So if you're going to run sandy trail, I would take the Axe all day long. Rocky trail, Fusion all day long. Depending on the drag of the overdrive and all that stuff, it makes a big difference. 4 mounted per truck, one has 5 in it. Dang. They get better for cheap for most other companies. How much are the Spectrum motors? Fusion or the new Furatech combo, South Florida? I'm assuming you're talking about the new 2-in-1 that I've got here in the Carbon X. I can tell you this much. In the comp, probably this weekend, I'll be running this with the Fusion and this with the Furatech, okay? In some ways, this drives just like the Fusion. The Fusion is more efficient, but it's a twice the size, twice the weight of this one. You can fit this in a much tighter package, okay? So I think the more competition-y guys are going to choose the Furatech. They will choose that over the big, heavy, massive Fusion. But man, they both have their benefits. I really do. Pepsi or Coke? Coke. Number I am only got one email. Robert, it wasn't you, buddy. The numbers were 105, 78, and 124, and everybody has commented and been verified. 105 was for the inserts, 78 was for the axles, and 124 was for the drive shaft. Oh, I have to pick that up for you. 2200 2S or 3S. Okay. Dang, 2200. That's huge. I got some Eternity Volt 4S 3800. Big rock. Interesting about the brakes first. Battery gears, ring pinion. Depends on how you land. Revolver or the Furatech combo. I feel the Revolver with a larger ESC can take more power. Possibly be zippier. A little more instant on the throttle than the Furatech. But the Revolver is going to require a big external or an external ESC, as where the Furatech doesn't. So if you have the room, possibly Escape 32 ESC to run the Revolver, I believe would be the better choice. But if room is tight, and it is on most competition crawlers, the Furatech is going to shine really nice, for real. I've got a truck, I forget which one it was. Oh, the Punk's Custom. I got the Holmes Crawlmaster Mini V3 and a Revolver in that. And dude, it is super smooth, just so you know. It's a better runtime. Furatech 201 or Fusion. The Fusion Pro's got the better runtime all day long. Always better. Right. One has to go forever. Castle or Hobbywing. Jeez, dude. As in, like, at this particular point in time? Jeez, dude. I don't know what to say on that. Probably Castle. Because Hobbywing covers more aspects in the world than what Castle does. I mean, Castle can do all the things Hobbywing can, but in a lot of cases, Hobbywing just does it better. I mean, the Fusion, for example, is amazing. No, Robert, it wasn't you, Rob. It was a different Rob. New buggy body kit from Pro Arm for the Typhoon Grom. I've not seen that, South Florida. Gas-powered Yaris tools or battery. Gas-powered is great as long as it runs. When it stops running, it gets a hammer. I do not like small engines. Slow Rider, what's up, buddy? Punch buggy. I've not seen that. I have a electric weed trimmer right now that I use quite a bit. I can get just about everything done on a charge. I have a fairly large yard. It's got a 50 volt in it. It's a fairly large yard. I'm talking about going back there around the rocks, the on-road pad, everything. Oh, Paul King. Sunday, the 14th, I believe it is. No, hold on. Yeah, Sunday the 14th. Man, we're a week away when I was supposed to release the Carbon X, and I don't have everything here. I hope I can get it this month. Hopefully everything comes in. It's not going to happen. I ordered everything in plenty of time, but on the 14th, Gene and Wyatt will be running a big oval race outside here. So, yeah, we're probably talking Mini Z, Micro B, Mini B, STK, NASCAR, probably all of them. So get your stuff ready for a big oval race. They're working on all the flyers and stuff like that. That should be coming out soon. And if they want to run that, you know what? I'm like, if you guys want to run that set of schedule, let's go. I just don't want to be the race director of that, to be honest with you. Off the market and gone like Novak. Novak was really monumental, man. They really paved the way for a lot of ESC guys, They really did. Yep, Paul King. Yep, the Python X is a great ESC. When it goes, though, it goes. I know, Kenny, buddy. I'm just waiting to get I got the stickers in today. I've got the stickers, bolt kits. I picked up 2 more P1Ss. I am running skids right now. I'm running body mounts. I'm trying to get all the parts and pieces to where I have the complete everything. And I think I may end up, if these things sell like crazy, I'm probably going to run out of links pretty quick. So I got over 300 sets of fronts on the way, but it takes 2 sets per order. I don't know. We'll have to see. I tried to get 400 sets. They weren't able to get those. What are you using for a weed killer in my rock pads? Right now, nothing, and I need to put something out there big time. Send me what you have already. The rails are okay, but they have that little thing on it. Message me again after this live, Kenny, because I do have one set of carbon rails, but they have this on it, and I did this for the print for rigidity. Forgot to take it off for the order. Let me see here. They've got this little right here, and on this right here, you can see that you actually hit that. So that's not really ideal on the prototype rails. Somewhere around here, I actually have a printed, oh yeah, that other project. With any luck, this year I will, I'm sorry, now I'm getting off track. But, yeah, we can get you fixed up. And I was gonna, oh, wait a minute. I do have another set of these rails. Okay, never mind. We're good. A-Man is doing a Losi NASCAR giveaway. Ooh, a Losi NASCAR. Let these raffles get bigger. I'll do one too. Pat House, if you were to buy the Novak name, I mean, the name would get an attraction, yes, but you'd probably end up with a rebranded Hobby Wing like most everybody else. James O'Neill, what's up? James O'Neill, Racing Oval on the 14th here, outside. You're not really working my 6x6 either. The 6x6 is a lot of truck, man. It really is. All your stuff. Got my executioner in a couple of days. I have it all assembled, just waiting for my Furatech Unity to ship. I know, dude. I've got like 5 Unities on order. I got the next 6 Losi NASCAR. I believe you do, buddy. I believe you do, Nitro. You collect all that stuff. And thank you for the deal because of you, I've actually got the one that I wanted. What is it? Martin Truex, the Bass car. So yeah, thanks to you for that one. It's still sitting in the box, so I'm not going to mess with it. See some of y'all Sunday in Callahan. Rest of the week here. All right, dude. I haven't been to bed at 8 o'clock in 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Did I pick anything up from the sales this weekend? Not really, buddy. All right, James O'Neill. Gene and Wyatt will be running the oval. I'm not sure what they're going to be using. I think they're using the TrackMate, I think. So they'll have transponders and all that stuff like that. Now, Clayton, I will take a nap from time to time. Yes. Done it. 143. Yes, sir. Thank you. How about, yeah, I will take a nap, and sometimes, dude, I'll go in there and I'll be like, all right, do I lay on the floor? Which that spot over there looks comfortable. Do I lay on the couch? Or do I just say the heck with it and go back to bed? I've done all of it. I have literally just said the heck with this, pulled the covers over and went right to sleep, 2 o'clock. Done it. That's one of the perks when the boss is very lenient. So, for 2 hours without blinking. Oh my God. I believe very soon, Kenneth. What's up, Max Paul? Without blinking, man. Did you guys... There's this cartoon of this dude. He was facing off against Medusa, and he won a steering contest with Medusa. Yeah. Yeah, that order was quite early this morning. I can look it up. Let me see here. Let me see here. I will click on this. And I got to click the unfulfilled tab. Yeah, it was 5:50 a.m. So, yep, 5:50. All right. Pretty darn awesome. I was actually kind of surprised to see that order from you that early, to be honest with you. All right. You had not been to bed yet? The last time I was up through 5 a.m., I was trying to do a video with our Larlo where we had a app on our phone where we could drive the Larlo. I'm literally in my room driving the RC truck in China, going through the system and all that. Had a camera on it and everything. I actually drove it like through the office a little bit too. That was really cool. But you're watching through the phone. You're driving an RC on the other side of the planet because the planet is a sphere. It is round. Yeah, when they went to do it, I'm like the star attraction, okay? And dude, the latency, the bit rate went to crap. I could not drive anything. I'm trying to hit forward and that truck would not move. And you could watch it. I was watching it on the computer and the bit rate, every time we would go to start, it's like everybody there was trying to stream and just overloading the towers and all that. Couldn't do anything. And then like a minute later, it tries to take off. I mean, it was like there was nothing I could do. When we were just test driving, just a few of us and the other YouTubers and all, dude, we were able to drive the courses because they had courses set up and all that. We were actually able to drive the courses. I mean, there's about a 1 to 2 second lag, but you can deal with that. Once you kind of get used to it, you can kind of deal with it a little bit and work your way through the course, which I did. But man, when that lag turns into like 3 minutes, there's nothing you can do there. It's a cylinder earth. Is there a piston in there too? It's a pickle jar. And we're all pickle ricks. Oh my goodness. Man, oh man. Man, so Marcus was like sleepwalking on the computer. So you basically placed the order and you were finally satisfied and you went to sleep. Dang. I guess that's pretty cool. Get rid of there. When Will Smith said, "I'll bite off more than I can chew, then chew it." Well, yeah. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. I guess the big show is over. I got to get all these things packed up. Kenneth messaged me, buddy, and I'll get these sent out to you. Let's get you ordered, taken care of, and all that. I mean, you could take a Dremel and cut this out for this frame, but the actual production frames have, I was looking for it here because I got one printed where I was test fitting something else I'm working on. It actually has more of a clearance up here in the frame. But congrats on next week's win. Dude, Marcus almost won twice today. Almost won. You were like, what, one off of like every single drawing or something like that? And you got the first one. 4:30 my time. Okay. So you're still up an hour afterwards. Dang. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to go inside, see if I can do some packing, order making, see what I got to print to try to build my stock up so when the release day comes, we can actually get this going. I'm hoping. Anyway, guys, awesome. Thank you guys for the all the participation in this stuff. And I appreciate that. I hear you, Marcus. Dude, you were close to the axles, but, oh, all right. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and I will see you again Tuesday. I will have something up here. I have no idea. I don't know if it'll be axles. Like I say, I'd like to come up with about 5 or 6 smaller items. You know, every 25, move up to another draw. Kind of build like a step deal, you know? So, yes, the Alien Queen is technically a princess now. Yes, yep, it sure is. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Go get some stuff packed and all that. Marcus, I'm going to pack your order with a bigger box now. You guys have a great day. Oh, I got to suck my gut in to get out of that thing.